Hey guys, welcome to another episode of All Bass Creations, Effects, Tutorials, Demos, and Review. I am the Bass Negus, of course. I definitely appreciate you hanging out, chiming in, all that good stuff. Feel free to say hi. Appreciate you over on YouTube chiming in already. So that sound you were listening to there, a lot of that effect was just the Mercury X. And I have the Empress compressor on. I have the ToneX ones on the JHS running into a Ampeg SGT DI. And then I have the Mercury X doing a lot of the work there. So it's doing the pitch shifting, it was doing the freeze effect. Literally the entire thing was, most of the effect was the Mercury X. And I'm not only just triggering the Mercury X, I'm triggering the hold modifier with an expression pedal. So now, thanks to the Luminite Graviton M1, I can assign that expression pedal to anything I want it to be. And not just on the Mercury X, I can change this one expression pedal to control the Future Impact, the Hog 2, and the Enzo X as well. All from the same expression pedal. And that's thanks to the Graviton M1 here. And so I'll go into the controls here. I already have my expression pedal set up and everything. If you need to set it up, you go to settings and you go to page 1, go down to TRS, set the TRS mode to expression in. Bam, it's already there, of course. And you just come back over here to the regular home main menu, I guess I'll call it. Click on control, expression pedal. And one of the things I've done is you can have up to 10 different things assigned to this expression pedal. And I mean at once. that's throughout different pedals. So that gives you a lot of flexibility with things. Right, even when I'm using my Enzo X to do whatever. I can now have the expression pedal set up for the hold modifier and the expression pedal input of the Enzo X through the Mercury X. So once you get to the expression pedal parameter menu, and you do that by, like I said, go on the main menu, control, expression pedal. It'll only show one at first, but you can set this same preset to a bunch of different parameters from different pedals. Let me see what we got here. What would you recommend for learning first, piano or guitar for music theory? Music theory, you're going to want to learn piano. Piano will help you out greatly. A lot more than guitar will. Just getting there, just honestly, just because you can see it more, theory makes more sense. And all that good stuff. But piano, you definitely can see it more. You can always learn guitar. Once you learn, there's only two parts to music for real. There's the knowledge of music, like the theories, whether it be traditional music theory, jazz theory, and then there's actually the physical part with you playing. And then the rest of it, past that stuff, is just your emotional intelligence for the moment and experience and, and sensitivity to the moments, which comes with experience over time. So, that's all you need. People make it a lot more complicated than it needs to be because everybody wants to make the job seem, what it is. But I love doing it. But yeah, so back to this. So once you're here, if you click on this number in the corner, it then allows you to have 10 different presets. But if you click on each one, you can then, let me see how many it let me have. Okay, so for each preset, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So for each expression preset, I can have up to 6 different parameters controlled at once on here. But right now I just have them set for different presets. So I have one for the Hog 2 freeze. So that ain't it. Well, actually, that's the expression pedal. would be 64. So in order to change that, I just double tap it, double tap again. Now I'm on the expression CC message here. Change this to 64. And now I can freeze it from the Hog 2. And this is there we go. So there you go. You got different things you can do with it right off the bat. I definitely appreciate that. Thank you. I always appreciate a like and a subscribe. You know, if you haven't already, definitely helps me out a long way. But yeah, and the expression. Oh, stepped on the mic cable. Look at that. But trying to reach this expression pedal. Okay, so I'm just using a regular old Zoom expression pedal and TRS cable to the back of the Graviton M1. You know, that expression pedal will more than likely make it onto the lower expression pedal board I have down there, or control pedal board that I have for my pedal board. Like I said, I want to have my pedal board up on a keyboard stand when I'm actually gigging and things like that. That way I can easily access stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like without touching too many pedals. So this will be built into a preset. So, you know what I'm saying? That way I can control different things that way. But yeah, I have one of those for the Enzo X expression pedal, and the hold, as well as the Mercury hold and expression pedal. And those are all different, set up as different presets. So when I come back, go to the main menu, go to preset library, and say I wanted to change a preset or something like that, or add expression to it, I can do it this way. So So, you know, when you got options with the joint now, like you can change the release. Or I can short or long. And I guess with this, I'm going to want to make this into one patch, one preset, because it's only responding to the Enzo X right now. So I want it to respond to both. So let's go back. Let's actually remove these two from here. We'll go back to the menu, expression pedal. Expression pedal. And let's create another preset here that's gonna have those expressions on them. So we want the expression pedal from the Enzo X, and then we want the hold modifier from the Mercury X. So let's do Mercury 118. Now we got the freeze on there. So now we're going to change this to Enzo X, I believe number 4. So now it's sustaining both. I have the expression on the Enzo X attached to the attack and the release of the oscillators. So that gives me like a sustain function compared to when the heel is down, nice and short, long. And I still get the freeze whenever I want it to just hold. Appreciate you subscribing, Jay. So it's definitely, I mean, in terms of flexibility, you ain't really gonna beat this. Not only that, can you make that preset for the expression pedal? You can name it. You can name it. So I'm gonna put MX and EX. So I put MX and EXPH. So expression hold for Mercury X, Enzo X. Make that a preset for the expression pedal. Not only can you make presets for the pedals themselves, you get to make 10 presets for each expression pedal that you input. So if you have, you can input 2 with this, but if you have an M2, you can, I think it's 4 on there, TRS inputs. So, but all I need is 2. I don't need, with the routing, all I'm going to use more than likely is 1, just because I already have the foot switches down here as well as the MIDI captain doing a lot of expression stuff as well. So I just need an expression pedal for things I would like, when I would like to sweep or do things a little bit like that. Let's see what we got here. Damn. So yep. So now I'll come back to the preset library, open up this preset. bam. There you go. And the thing I really love about this controller, it really doesn't is for what it does. It's inexpensive. You know, for it to be touch screen, to be a nice 3.5-inch screen that you can see, like you can see that on stage. This is bigger than these screens on the actual Enzo X Mercury X, and it's of course way bigger and more informative than, you know, like the Hog 2 thing and the Future Impact and the Ravage Sitar stuff. But, you know, and it definitely helps me keep track of things a little easier. Now I can have one expression pedal and it does it all for me. So I got my nice freeze in there, and I also can still play. So, and all that's done through Midi. I don't have to have separate expression pedals for normally. Without something like this, because even with a MIDI captain has expression inputs as well, but I can't assign them to individual things in geek mode. I need it, you know, in geek mode is where I have a lot of my settings and things, you know, the way I like them. You know, it's the easiest way to program the MIDI captain as well. So, you know, without that ability to assign it specifically to MIDI channels and more importantly, multiple functions, you know, it kind of is very limiting. So this is a way I can take one expression pedal, and for any, you know, for 4 different pedals here, I can do various things. As well as if I wanted to, with the MXR bass synth, if I wanted to, I can use something like I have a source audio expression pedal, which has 2 inputs, you know, one on each side of it. So I could actually run the MXR and these MIDI functions on the same expression pedal if I would like to. So now you got, you know, the ability to not only just, so I can have this on and all that stuff I have in within the actual pedal presets. I can change everything with these 4 pedals, and that's the primary thing with this pedal board is these 4 pedals along with the ToneX ones. By the way, if you want a ToneX one, you want to support the channel, check out the link in the description. You know, definitely helps the channel out when you buy stuff through the links in the descriptions. But as well as if you want any of my preset packs for Patreon, listed in the descriptions and stuff for various pedals. But yeah, so I have this controller set up not just for the presets, but to allow me to change what I'm actually using the pedal 4. So say I wanted to come here. Let's go back. Don't need those. Let's add one here. We're going to make this change what the expression pedal is doing. So we'll go to that. So we'll add the hog 2 in there. So I really do love the fact that you could just do really anything you want with this joint. It'll even let you assign it to pitch bend and everything else. That's crazy. So I think I need to go back and let's go here. Channel. If I don't have it assigned to anything, come to the preset library. So you can set it to freeze, the hog 2. Or I can set it to the hold function on the Mercury X. The whole modifier lights going on and off. And so essentially I've taken one pedal and multiplied it into 4 different pedals here, you know, allowing me to ultimately basically take one expression pedal to control the majority of my pedal board that I need to control. And that's very useful. Like, who wants to, if you notice, yes, I went back to my Terra Nova 42 pedal board, but that's mostly so I have a little more space here. I don't like being all cramped on stage trying to see what's going on, you know what I'm saying, in terms of with the pedals. So one of the primary reasons I got this actual controller here, and I do have the 10-foot switches down here, so when I'm ready to switch patches, Got all that stuff. All my pads, all my bass sounds. I can just get to stuff without even Empress compressor back on. Need a little envelope filter. And luckily now, if I want to use that same envelope filter or use the same filters to then basically use that as a wah-wah, I could, you know, or on the next patch, if I wanted to use this to change the LFO speed. So all that can be controlled in various ways thanks to having things like this. Just bringing my chorus. And mind you, I'm using the Enzo X for a lot of these filter stuff, the modulations, like all these. Mind you, the Mercury X is. I'm trying to tell you, get you a Mercury X. It's gonna instantly enhance everything you're doing with a good preset like the Negus preamp, which will be available this week. This preset pack will be out sometime this week. Well, let's do Friday. But as you can hear, so without it, right? Good bass sound there. But with it on the team, it just brings all the, you know, juiciness. It enhances a lot. So, you know, and that's because of the compressor link and the preamps and, you know, other things I have going on with it. But I even have that set up so if I would like to, I can have a reverb right there on the whole modifier. And I don't have to switch patches. Right? So having these foot switches and the Midi enabled on a lot of this stuff, whether it be bypass switches or presets, all that adds to pretty much what you are ultimately able to do on stage with the least amount of thought. For instance, I don't want to have to, you know, I might not want to necessarily, I might just be going to a little solo section where I need some reverb, you know, so I might not want to create a whole separate patch for that every single time. I might want to have access to that reverb on all of my clean sounds. So that's why I have that preamp set up on the Mercury X like that. And then I also have the additional features, additional parameters to turn, like kind of bring in that reverb there. Right, and I might want to switch patches. You know, I might want to do that with a phaser. First turn the phaser on is just just a nice juicy phaser. Kick on that. And then I have other little effects set up on, so I could just get to them. I have a page set up where I can scroll, like this, because it's only four effects pedals that I'm using on Midi right now. I got one up and down pretty much. It's let me see how I can show you. This is easy. It's wireless. So basically, up and down for the Hog 2, up and down for the Future Impact V4 VIP, and you got up and down for the Enzo X, and you got up and down for the Mercury X there. This is a little loose. I'm going to have to tighten that up. Make sure y'all had them tight now. Luminite. Make sure make sure it was unscrewing. Oh man. Get it together. But yeah, so having that set up, I can easily scroll through any of my presets for the individual pedals. And then I have this last setup for page up and down for the different preset pages, pretty much, or banks they call them. And you gotta love that. First off, I've had this thing has a 6-month battery on it. That wireless foot switch you just saw, it connects wirelessly to this Graviton M1. That is the F10W foot switch. So I have the 10-foot switches there. I also have the Midi Captain wirelessly running to the CME H4 Midi Pro underneath the board. All this stuff is pretty much connected wirelessly to the CME H4 Midi Pro, through Bluetooth, Midi Bluetooth, Widi, whatever. So I have a Widi jack on a Midi Captain, and I have, where is it? I have one of these on the actual keyboard MIDI controller, which is a Widi Master, and comes with those two dongles, MIDI in and out wirelessly with very low latency, enough that you can actually play. And this is completely wireless. Switch to a different patch. Like I said, it's touchscreen, so I can see the patch or see what I'm doing here visually very well as I can do all of this with just the foot switches if I would like to as well. Depends on the mood. So, and that's all wireless. So it doesn't need to be connected directly to like the MIDI controller. it's basically, it's being powered, mind you, whole pedal board, the MIDI controller, and the CME for H4 MIDI Pro underneath. And this MIDI controller here are all being powered by a Canvas Power 15. Like, those are amazing power bricks. I'm not affiliated with Canvas at all, but every product I buy from them so far has been really good. So Shout out to them for the quality. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, I caught it for $215. I caught that joint for $215. 500 milliamp outputs for 215s is still, for 300s is still. It's like, it's a little under. It's like 279, something like that. Brand new. Oh, I mean, mine was brand new. I caught a sale, but definitely. What's going on? Appreciate you. Appreciate you chiming in. Appreciate that. So, yeah, you can definitely check out, and they're linkable. So I can link up, I can link a whole nother Canvas 15, have 30 outputs, or 20, Canvas Power 22, and then you got 37 outputs on one wall plug. That's crazy. So So, I mean, yeah, the ability to assign these expression pedals to various things is incredible. Oh, congratulations! You got your MS-60B plus. Yeah, check out my preset pack. It's on Patreon. It's like $15, 15, $20, something like that, over on Patreon. So check out that, all my Zoom packs as well. I got Zoom MS-70 CDR Plus pack as well, and a Zoom B6 pack. So make sure you check out those. You know what I'm saying? It'll help you, give you some really great sounds to start out with, and show you some of the real potential of the pedal that the stock presets may not show you. Well, I know they won't show you, but you know. Excuse me. So definitely check that out on the Patreon. And if you're not signed up on the Patreon already, you want to support the channel, head over there for $1, $5 a month. You can support the channel, and, help keep bringing unbiased product reviews and tutorials and things like that. So make sure you head over there, check that out. And like I said, starting in January, there's going to be a lot of exclusive content going to members only, and of the YouTube channel, and as well as the Patreon. So, all these little tips and stuff I'm showing you are the products that you like. I'll be doing product reviews, but I won't be doing as many tips and tricks, more so that's going to be for the Patreon members and the members of the YouTube channel. Not just the subscribers. There's a member level where you can pay and support the channel a little more. You'll get exclusive content and benefits as well. So moving on, because I only got a couple more minutes here. So, on each page, pretty much I have different presets set up for different pedals, and now I can access, I have usually one page per pedal just to keep it simple. So I have 8 presets for this, 8 presets, 8 presets, 8 presets of just things I may need to mix and match. Not things like, this is mostly things that I would want to mix with other things, or potentially experiment, or sounds I've created using multiple of these 4 pedals here. I can mix and match things. Once I find things I like, then I turn them into actual presets of the 4 pedals. But I still like to keep the pages of the individual effects and things like that. So if I don't want to always change everything. Sometimes I want to change each individual pedal, and I can do that several ways. I can scroll, or I can come here and get to exactly a few different, page 7, for example, is the Enzo X. I can get straight to a envelope filter. Chorus. Twin filter. Flanger. Phaser. Ring mod. Pitch to fade. Dry miss. And I don't have to, I didn't change any of the other pedals. I just changing the Enzo X. And like I said, having those expressions presets set up, I can then go to each individual each individual preset, the combination presets of all the pedals when I need, say I'm, not these individual pages, but the one with the entire preset put together with all the pedals. I can have different expression things assigned to each preset, and I don't have to worry about going back into the menu. Once things are set up, it pretty much auto saves, so it's really quick to make presets on here as well. You can see everything very well. It's pretty much everything you're going to need, to get started in the Midi. You got your Midi in and out ports on the side here. You got 2 TRS here. You even got a 3.5 here for 3.5 Midi out, And you also got a USB host and USB-C. So you can literally just get this and the foot controller and control your whole pedal board depending on what you're doing. I like to have the CME H4 Midi Pro. Again, it's the big brother of this one. And this one only has Midi in and out plus the USB. You get up to 8 USB Midi out with this as well. So this, the H4 Midi Pro has 2 Midi in, 2 Midi out. Still has the USB 8 plus as the wireless feature when you buy the Widi Core for another $30. And, not only that, but anytime I want to, I can just run a USB-C out from there and run it to the computer, and my entire, if I'm playing the MIDI controller or if I'm playing anything MIDI or need any MIDI to go to a DAW like Logic or even like Main Stage, I can output MIDI to my computer, which allow me, if I had graphics or if I needed it to control my iPad for pages or different sounds on my iPad. It's so it's with when you start incorporating these different MIDI devices into your setup, it's just going to make it more efficient. It won't change your sound. Like, could I access these sounds without these devices? Yes, but getting to them during a show in a timely fashion is very difficult without tap dancing and trying to do too much. So, I think MIDI, if you have MIDI capable pedals, something like a Graviton M1 and the foot controller together, like this is like $150. The foot controller is like $90. It's like $90. So, that's relatively cheap. That's pretty cheap, and you still get wireless MIDI with this built in. You don't need to buy a separate core or anything. So if you just want to start in the MIDI game, get you something like a Luminite Graviton M1 and the foot controllers. I do recommend having them separately so you can have this up where you can see. You can put this on a stand. You can, this will probably fit in a cell phone holder, something like that. Put it up on a stand where you can see. Have the foot controller on the floor, be controlling your whole pedal board without ever taking your hands off your bass or your guitar or off the keys or whatever the case. So that's invaluable. And some stuff, you're not an octopus. If you want, show y'all this one last thing. So if I want to be able to do, mind you, I'm also running a Midi out cable to I have an X-Tone Pro that's running to my iPad right here. And the iPad's running Neo Soul keys, which is only $12, but it sounds amazing. See, now I got sustain pedal, the expression pedal from the Enzo X during the release and the attack of the envelope, and I also have the sustain for the EP, all on one foot switch. So with that one foot switch, I'm able to control all of that. So there I got the Mercury X Frozen. I got the sustain from the EP on the iPad. I have the sustain from the Enzo X string sound I created on there. And when I selected the patch, it bypassed the Hog 2 and the Future Impact. And I'm able to have all this control over one. Now I can switch it up. So you just have so much control right there, right under your fingers, and you can just get it done very quickly and with less effort. And say I wanted to do something, control multiple parameters, now because I got all of that on one foot switch, I got a whole nother foot free, which means that's another parameter foot switch I can control, which can control multiple parameters as well. So now I got that glissando and pitch shift going on with the strings. And I'm controlling that. I'm going to just hold that with the Mercury X. I can even continue to hold it and control the sustain with another switch of the EP. So for me, it's actually a little bit like playing organ. It's like a less complicated organ, but it's just 3 foot switches I'm playing around with there. And I really don't have to remember much. I can see what presets I'm on. I can, I feel comfortable, flipping through this during the show and being able to see, as well as the actual expression pedal being multiplied to be able to control all 4 pedals at any given time based on which preset I'm on, And that's so, You don't understand how much stress that is off of me. Because even if you got 4 expression pedals, you got to remember which one is running to which pedal as well. So you always have to keep that in mind. But with this, I don't. All I have to do is use the expression pedal as long as I have it set up here, but beforehand. As long as it's set up here, now I can just play and switch to the sound here. And if I need to incorporate some of the other pedals, that's no problem. But it's a lot less tap dancing. I don't really have to do no tap dancing over here. All I got to do, only thing over here I'm really hitting with my feet is the ToneX MXR bass synth and the Jam Man Solo HD, my looper. And even the looper, I have the foot switch for the looper here on the same pedal board as the 10-foot switch for the Graviton M1 and the Midi Captain. And the expression pedal are all on the same pedal board on the floor, medium-sized pedal board, and it's, at some point I want to find a wireless solution for the TRS cables as well. So if I could do that, I don't even need this cable. Once I find a solution to that, run that from here to there wirelessly, then I'm really free. And here as well, but I think here I'm gonna keep a wired here because it's time based. Like the foot switch for the looper does top tempo, so that has to be perfect. So I think I am gonna keep this wired connection here, even if I do find a solution. But for the expression pedal, it'll be just fine, especially if it's fine for actually the keys. This is routing. This MIDI keyboard is routing to the iPad and to the Enzo X. You don't understand how much that makes. First off, one of the biggest hindrance from doing, I guess, when you're not doing like a straight out tour, like you're doing shows here and you're doing different shows like that, one of the biggest hindrances is from you taking gear out the house is how much hassle it is to set up or break down. With these wireless MIDI controllers, it makes setup so much easier. I don't even have to, and it makes it much cleaner. Like now, I feel much more comfortable with my pedal board being up here because not only can I control it, but I don't have 10,000 wires hanging from it either on stage. It's just a cleaner look to it. So, I definitely prefer that. And, all I do is turn it on and it wirelessly connects all together, syncs up. So that's a huge bonus to using things like the CME H4 MIDI Pro, which is again built into the pedal board underneath, which has 2 MIDI in, 2 MIDI out. It can have up to 8 USB MIDI devices attached to it. And, same thing with this. You can have USB MIDI. You got even the 3.5 MIDI. You got 2 TRS inputs, MIDI in and out. Ain't nothing to complain about with this unit. You know what I'm saying? And if you're worrying about the screen, right? Because that was one of my things. I was kind of worried, all right, that it looks great, but durability-wise, the screen, how's that going to hold up being a touch screen? The replacement is $20, and you can replace it yourself. That's incredible. And that's a great value. So make sure for $150 and you can replace the screen yourself for $20. Come on. That's all the fear removed right there. And I can just easily place it here on my pedal board and have it protected by the other pedals while it's in the case. Same thing, I can place it here, have it protected by the other ones. If I want to bring just take this pedal board and the 10-foot switch, I can just turn this way and put this over here, put the 10-foot switch right here. They don't have to be connected with a cable, so I literally just have to move them. you know, and then if I want to put the pedal board up, foot switch on the floor, easy work. So I definitely recommend this MIDI controller so far. It took a while to get it connected with the Bluetooth, but I'll do a separate video on that, help you guys get it connected to the Bluetooth. But for $150, the MIDI Captain is like $150. And the reason I had to upgrade from the MIDI Captain is because I can't see the daggone screen when I'm performing. Like I can't. If I can keep the MIDI Captain like it is on one page, it's fine. But if I have to switch pages, it's a wraps. Like it's annoying to switch pages because you can't see the thing on the floor from standing up because it's so little. But this, you ain't gonna miss this. So, but that's all I'm gonna do for today, guys. I'm gonna get out of here. Definitely appreciate y'all hanging out with me. You know, feel free, Cash App, Super Chat, all that good stuff. Feel free to subscribe, hit that like button. Follow me on Patreon, you know, sign up there. Check out my preset packs for the Enzo X, the Future Impact, the, what else we got? The C4 synth pack on there as well. We got 11 different preamp packs for the ToneX 1. The Zoom pedals, the multi-stomps, MS-60B Plus, MS-70 CDR Plus, and the Zoom B6. All that stuff's on the Patreon. And as well as if you just want to support the channel there. So, yeah, make sure you sign up, and I will catch you guys later. This has been another episode of All Bass Creations, effects, tutorials, demos, and reviews.